That sounds like a
They'll
you
be
problem.
so jealous of you. They'll ask things like, "Who are you?" and "How did you get in my house?"
Who
Yeah,
are you?
I'm hearing echo.
Yeah, someone's.
I don't have my headphones in.
My noise suppression. Oh yeah.
Covers of a noise suppressor. Like I don't even have my shit in.
Quick, Ben, you have to yell at him now because he didn't have his headphones on.
Big out!
You know what? If I told you once, I told you 1,000 fucking times.
My nipples are super chafed.
I was sitting there like curious what was different right now because I was like used to seeing myself like in the thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, what's wrong with me right now? Like why?
Let me pull up the cord of this on the other computer so I don't
Unsolved
risk fucking up
mysteries,
the video.
boundaries.
So what I'm hearing, Matt, is your nipples can't cut glass today.
I already, they're used up, buddy. I cut so much glass back in the day that now they're just pitiful looking.
Awesome, dude. Just go with it. It'll be cool.
All right, fine, yeah. I guess when you introduce him, he's gonna be like, "Oh, it was always me." Oh.
Yes.
Yes, I was the one who came in the fucking soap bucket.
Anyways, good evening, good morning, good whatever to the ladies and gentlemen listening to this. As usual, we are Memento Morons. We are happy to have you with us. And as usual, we've got 3 topics of indeterminate quality to suit. I was going to say suit your ears, but I meant soothe your ears. But hey, a little suit in your ears never hurt anyone, I think. Possibly,
Yeah.
who knows? I don't know.
You could put a banana in your ear.
A banana in my ear.
Yep.
Ben, you ruined. Never mind.
Go with
Anyway, so we have a dip fuck there that is currently dicking around with his camera settings and wanting to do a cool dramatic turn. So now that I've ruined it, Benjamin Bain.
What did I just fucking ruin, you punk ass fucking son of a bitch?
He fucked
Well,
up
you were
his
trying
own
to keep it
intro.
mysterious, but then
You
you're
fucked
sitting
up
here.
your own intro, you
Then you're
dumbass.
sitting here like, huh?
It was so funny though. Like as he was saying it, it was just like zooming in on his face.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the
Anyway.
point, but I mean, if you're gonna make a statement, try not to stutter.
I have allergies. I got fucking
That's not
sinus
a
drainage.
take.
No,
No, I'm
you're
sorry.
stuck-
I stutter because of my allergies.
No,
You're
all the
stuttering
pollen
worse than
makes my
me.
mouth fuck up.
You're stuttering worse than me, you dumbass.
And next up on the list, we have Matthew, who has brought an adorable visitor with him today. Can you introduce him?
His penis.
This is Galsy. My wife bought Vincent a little cute raccoon for, I almost said Halloween, for Valentine's Day. And when I went to rip the tag off, this is what it reads. His name's Galsy. Meet Galsy. He loves learning about famous unsolved mysteries, so when he finds one that interests him, he learns everything he can. One day, he wants to host his own podcast, and in each episode, he'll dive deep into a different mystery. So I'm making his little dream come true, putting him on a podcast. Honorary member, Galsy.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Let's
And
go,
also-
Kelsey.
Allergies aren't going to make you stutter. That's fucking stupid.
If you got fucking drainage that's going down your throat and you're constantly hacking this shit up, maybe.
That's all I do, man. All I
Anyways.
do is hack shit up.
Mine's for brain
Anyways,
damage.
we've also got the most beautiful human being imaginable, absolutely cherishable, and he deserves nothing but the best in his life, Jace.
So much.
Can
Why do you got to
absolutely
do me
say.
like that?
Someone
Somebody's
has
got
to.
to.
Because nobody else will.
And of course,
I'm going. Goodbye.
don't do it.
Don't.
Anyway, and of course, we're ending it off with our friendly neighborhood Norseman, Dalton.
Simple. Clean.
You act
all
like
of
he's
it.
the only Norse here.
The only Norse I accept. What? I'm just kidding. To be honest with you, Jace, I just forget sometimes because you're not as vocal about it as Dalton is sometimes.
Yeah, you're more horse than Norse. He's more you're more
Listen, you might be Norse, but Dalton is pegging you.
To be fair, Jace looks more like the personification of gluttony. So,
And sometimes I just forget because again, Dalton's a little more vocal about it than you usually are. Because Dalton, I know. Dalton
loves precious.
Dalton usually will always say things like "Oh my gods" or "That's not how."
so
it
does
should be."
Jace.
I do
Those
too.
days.
Not as
Then I-
much though.
Jace says, "Oh my gods," all the time.
Anyway, back to the topics. I don't know. Anyway, topics. First, we have Unsolved Mysteries with our special guest, Galsey. And is Dalton leaving?
Yep, he quit, and this is the last we ever saw of him.
This is the last we ever saw of
It's
him.
the
Galsey.
first unsolved mystery of the podcast. Where did Dalton go? On a fucking cold winter night up in Ohio.
Of course, it would be Ohio where it happens. Then the second topic we got is boundaries. This is pretty much as simple as it gets, just boundaries a person may have or boundaries a person enjoys breaking.
That ain't how.
I didn't
How
think
would
that through.
How would that work? You don't. Do you at least have a Hawaiian shirt to wear with that? Because that's how.
Actually, yes,
Then
I do.
it.
I
That's what you gotta run.
I can't put the headphones on.
You're like
It's a
Dalton
hat.
Buffett.
It's a big hat.
Anyways, and then we've got the final one. This was kind of a more off the wall one I had been mulling over: censorship in anime, or if we decide to extrapolate a little more on it, times when manga goes crazy and the anime just has to be toned or tamed just to, let it fly. Anyways,
Fair enough.
we shall go ahead and start with Unsolved Mysteries. Matthew, since you were the one who wanted this, take it away.
Well, I mean, there's stuff that I think about that hasn't ever been completely proven. Probably like John Benet Ramsey, that whole case. There's still no definite. I think it was the parents that did it. But if we're talking about unsolved mysteries, bigger ones, one that really intrigues me is Stonehenge and shit. I think the coolest thing I've seen about Stonehenge was actually in a Halloween 3, which is completely not a Michael Myers movie.
Oh yeah.
But if you watch it as its own horror movie, it's fucking great. Because they're taking pieces of Stonehenge to put into these masks, so when they broadcast the signal, it pretty much warps everyone's fucking brains. Which is cool as fuck. But I don't know. I like to think of it was a place of worship or ritual or something. It had to be some sort of monument to something or somebody.
That's what I think. Or I don't know if I think that, but I do agree with the whole mystery of Stonehenge because it feels like, to quote a video game, it can't be a natural formation,
No, absolutely not.
Or
Maybe
if
someone
it is,
someone made stools and they were super proud of them, so they made monuments to the stools they made. Or in what was it Spinal Tap, when they bring the Stonehenge down but it's super small, so they have the little people dancing around Stonehenge and it's all a fucking hip level. Shit's funny.
Man, I haven't seen Spinal Tap in a minute.
It's pretty good. We own it. We can watch it when you come over. It'd be fine.
Hell yeah.
there's of course other fun little unsolved mysteries, but that's just one of them. I would need to quickly peruse to find some of the ones I know.
Actually, have an unsolved mystery that happened in my town.
Oh,
Oh,
right
a
ahead.
Canadian?
Yeah, there.
There were 17 babies that went missing. It just turned out to be Jason.
Ferrari.
Well,
No.
mystery solved.
No, there was I forget when exactly it happened. Let's see, it was published 2021, and it was 5 years before that. But there was a high school kid that just vanished. The last bit of information about him was the last footage of him was a security camera from a gas station. And apparently what happened was he got pulled over, and that was by the sheriff in town. And after that, his car was found on the side of the road, abandoned. There was 2 or 3 drops of blood. I can't remember if there was a bullet casing or not, found in his car or around it, but he was gone. His name was Thomas Brown, and about to graduate and everything. But what happened? His body was found 5 years after the fact. But there was, by that time, the elements already took, a lot of the muscle and everything off the bones, and I can't remember if it was just a skeleton that was left.
After 5 years, absolutely, it's more than likely just a skeleton with maybe tiny bits of some flesh.
Yeah,
but
into it.
I mean,
apparently there are 3 theories that happened. But the problem is I can't provide any of them. But he just up and vanished and everything. But his body was found 5 years later. And a lot of people thought, the whole case was handled real bad. Like, I guess they gave his car back to his parents a couple years afterwards, or a couple months after the fact. And the local police couldn't find anything. So the Texas Rangers were called, and eventually I believe the FBI was brought in as well. And they had nothing to go on. So, like I said, they found his body, but I mean, they don't know what killed him. One of the theories was, I heard that his I don't know his family, but from what I heard, his parents were him and his parents were not on real good terms. And what was that, Connor?
Point. I was trying to do that. I was trying to do that cool little thing that Jack Sparrow did in Pirates of the Caribbean, but I can't do it.
But
wish I could.
One of the theories was he just couldn't handle dealing with his parents anymore, and he went into a field and offed himself after walking. How far away his body was from his car.
Not good.
I heard that his parents did it, and they're just playing the role of the grieving parents, acting like they didn't have anything to do with it. But
has any evidence been found to support or disapprove?
Nothing.
No, these are just theories he's saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just one of those things. Like, no one knows what the fuck happened, and everybody, like, Canadian is just like a little bitty pissant town. But this is one of the things that drew a lot of eyes to our town and everything.
Canadian, only known for one thing: Unsolved.
2 things.
Or
Jace as well.
Some places kind of are, man. They'll run that shit. I mean, there's other like with Milwaukee with like Ed Gein's place and fucking Jeffrey Dahmer. They had to destroy that stuff because there was too many gawkers coming around and like trying to steal stuff from the house. Like
this kind of gawker. This kind of gawker.
No,
ones like me that'd be like, oh man, I have Jeffrey Dahmer's fork. Like I would,
He's a Jeffrey.
I would.
It's kind of like Roswell. Like I've actually been to Roswell, New Mexico. The town is not that impressive, but there are fucking alien shops on every fucking corner.
Everywhere.
Well, everybody's got a.
I actually got a picture of Jay with a little, beside some of them.
When you're in a tiny ass, no-name town, and there's something big that happens in it, you gotta capitalize. Everybody basically feels the need to capitalize on that gimmick monetarily for their own gain, which I don't fault them at all.
Can you imagine that though? It's like we had an unsolved murder or suicide in our town. Oh my god.
Well,
tell everyone else in Texas what? Tell them.
Well, the problem is and a lot of kids were getting scared by it. I mean, and rightfully so.
Could be.
But at the same time, it was one of those things. Like there was all around town. There's these banners. You okay?
No, I broke my finger.
Connor, noise suppression.
It's on.
It was just something that I heard him rattle his desk. I thought he hit his leg or something.
No, I broke my finger.
We gotta put a shock mount on his thing.
See,
Yeah,
my
it's
finger.
because his mic is like directly onto his desk.
Yeah,
And
need
it's
to
not
put
a
a
microphone or something.
Let's try it
that.
like this.
But didn't hear nothing that time.
Okay.
But shit.
Banners. They're putting up
Yeah,
banners.
there are banners around town that says "Justice for Thomas Brown." There's a killer amongst us and everything, and yeah, that was. It was kind of.
Among Us.
Us.
Oh, for fuck's sake. But yeah, there was a cry of people who were like, "Don't put these banners up. Take them down." Like, yeah, it's sad, you know, these parents lost their kid and everything, but
I mean, at that point, you just got to move on, man. There's too much time's passed. As shitty as it sounds, after 5 years, if all you found is a skeleton.
Well, yeah, it's like it was 5 years in 2021, so tack another 3 years onto that. It's been 8 years now, and those banners are still up.
Because I remember in Brownwood, there hasn't been too many murders or anything, but we did have that one where that girl got like
Incidentally, I was going to talk to her.
she got sling bladed by a fucking lawnmower blade and left on like the side of Bangs Road, man. She was like a mentally handicapped chick that they found on the side of the road. And I mean, you could probably edit this out, but it was Isla's brother who did it.
Who did it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is,
well, I mean, it's public knowledge.
I mean,
now.
it is.
If it's public knowledge now, I wouldn't even worry about it.
It was just like, I mean, like that shit don't happen, you know. But as an avid true crime listener, that shit never happens here. Yes, it does. This is where it happens.
Yeah.
Murders happen everywhere. Just
yeah.
You don't hear about it all the time.
It was like one of my best friends growing up. He was the very first friend I ever made. His name was Zach Cooper. He was a good buddy of mine.
Wow,
one of those guys.
I was gonna say, way to dox your friend.
Dead.
Way to dox your dead friend.
God damn it, Connor.
That's why we're talking about boundaries in a minute.
Fuck yeah.
But as sad as, like I said, he was one of my best friends growing up, and he was living in Amarillo. And the bad thing is, he had a drug issue and everything. As much as I hate to say it, but
everyone got
he got killed in a I believe it was a McDonald's parking lot. Just people walked right up to his car, and I don't know if it was a drug deal or what, but the guy there was two dudes and a chick, and they just shot him right in his truck and just left him.
That shit happens, man, all too often. I remember when I would I haven't had to walk down the road in midnight in a long time, but whenever I saw headlights, my ass would be down in a ditch hiding, just because they're like, do you ever just get that like, oh man, I feel like I just have a gun pointed on me?
Yeah, that gun.
I'd rather be safe than unsafe, because I see that shit happen. I mean, I watch a lot of death footage, and just it happens. Crazy people.
I do have one unsolved murder. Well, I don't even know unsolved murder. It's just an unsolved mystery. So I'm gonna have to look back at the phone a few times. So apologies for that. But I remember it's technically just called Incident at Dyatlov Pass.
Yes, dude.
Oh, Dyatlov Pass. Fuck yes.
Hey, before you get into that, it was the chick's name was Shantae. Was the chick who was killed?
Yeah, Shantae.
Yes, I grew up with that girl.
But yeah,
I know.
So,
I knew her when we were kids. But continue.
Okay. But yeah, so as Matt and Ben, they do know pretty much exactly what happened, but I'll reprise and you guys can help if need be with it. Basically, around February 1959, it says ski hikers, but I didn't know there was like different brands of hikers. I figured all hikers were the same.
Well,
my brand.
You hike up one side, you ski down the next, and just get you there faster.
My brand.
So Connor, the reason why, like, there's skiers who ride a fucking gondola up, and then there's ski hikers that actually walk up the fucking place.
What's that noise?
Sorry, now I'm just picturing a hiker just like, I have special hiking sticks. Look at your special hiking gear. My brand! Because of Dalton.
Yeah, I'll fucking hike up a fucking hill and ski.
And,
Bet. They actually have
Okay.
a ski club where I work.
Let's fucking go!
You couldn't pay me.
So, in Russia, basically around the night of the incident,
Brilliant.
9 Russians, I almost think they were students or teachers or professors. I might have to look at that again.
Something like that.
But basically, they went out to go camping, but none of them returned. They all died. What makes the situation so weird is how, like, all the evidence and just circumstances of what was found there. So, here's the weird part. I believe there was mention of an avalanche, I can't remember, but one thing that was weird is there was a tent they found. The tent was ripped open from the inside, though.
It for some reason, everybody went batshit crazy.
That's one of the
And they,
theories.
like, one of the tiny little dudes, like, fucking was found crawled up in a fucking, like, a hollow of a tree, which was, you know, maybe he was doing a bit because he's a little guy. So, like, I'll just give him one last giggle when they find me. Just,
Yeah.
I actually
but-
hear jokes like that where people are like, hey, if you're going to die in the wilderness, die in a weird pose so you can confuse archaeologists later.
well, like, some of the theories I've heard was, like, how the mountain is, where it's at in that little valley they're at. There's, like, mini tornadoes, supposedly, that can just tear shit up real quick. There's also some talk about, like, a frequency that when the air hit it right, it, like, everyone just went batshit. They started, like, pulling their clothes off and attacking everybody and attacking themselves. Like, I think one lady
Yeah.
pulled out her own fucking eyeball or something, dude. Like,
They just did bath salts.
The next
yes.
next bit I see is that the footprints left around, some of them only were wearing socks, some a single shoe, some barefoot, which, why would you go barefoot in snow?
See,
Well-
but whenever hypothermia hits in and you start, like, then you take your clothes off because you're getting your body feels
It
hot.
feels like you're burning up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because your
That's
your
the-
body's putting out heat, and so you feel hot, but really your insides are fucking chilling like a motherfucker, and so you instinctually just start ripping shit off.
Well, that's the thing, as it says here, the scene bore marks of death by hypothermia, but as medical examiners inventoried the bodies as well as the other 7 that were discovered the months that followed, hypothermia no longer made sense from what the evidence showed.
So were all the bodies found, or
Most of them. It says
yeah.
one had evidence of blunt force trauma that was consistent with a brutal assault. Another had 3rd-degree burns, and one had been vomiting blood, and one was missing a tongue. And also there was a mention that some
there
of
was
the
a tongue
clothing
missing.
and
Yeah.
and some of the clothes apparently had traces of radiation, which leads to, I guess, one of the bigger theories, or I guess one of the more obvious theories they might have, any KGB interference.
what's that mean?
So
The
KGB,
Russian spies went to fuck with it. They did a test on them.
yeah,
KGB is basically Russian secret police.
Well, I knew
Russian
KGB.
CIA.
I knew the Russian KGB was. I knew what the KGB was, but I didn't know what the interference.
I would just guess they had some new. They just experimented on, like, with sound weapons. Those are a fucking thing. Like I said, that could have been a frequency where it hits something that makes you angry and makes you crazy.
Oh, I'll
Hold
get to
on.
that.
So, like, noise
like-
marines are a thing.
Kind of like
No,
the
it's-
pitch of
dude,
Ben's voice.
Look up sound weapons. It's terrifying.
But anyway,
Matt's not wrong with this.
It's scary as fuck.
Yeah.
So hold on.
It's-
Noise marines are a legit thing.
Okay, so hold on a second.
And more like noise scientists that Marines get to try their shit out.
Let me get on a fucking pulpit for a second here. Everything has a sound frequency in which the vibrations would cause an external reaction. As a matter of fact, if you watch the music video for Nigel Stanford's Cymatics, he uses sound experiments to dictate it, where he does different frequencies and shit, and you see fucking sand making geometric shapes and shit.
Yeah, because the frequency of the rhythm is
Yes.
putting stuff into geometry, sacred geometry. It's everything.
So, governments have capitalized on this knowledge and made ultra high frequency weapons that are non-lethal, but would be able to disrupt your gastrointestinal
Yeah.
system to the point to where
The
you're
brown
fucking
noise.
puking your guts out.
yeah,
Not necessarily the brown noise, but yeah, you got it. It's based kind of like that.
they could fuck with an entire village and not even like kill them. Everyone would just
Like-
like feel deaf or nauseous. or
You'd have
sleepy.
migraines out the
Yeah.
ass, like everything. You just got to tune it to the right frequency, and it's like that Pepto Bismol commercial, but in reverse.
Yeah. I was just letting you get the point of what exactly the sound thing was. But anyway.
Yeah.
But other theories included drug overdose, which is, I mean, a pretty obvious one. But
Yeah.
though I think it'd be super weird if you went camping just so you could get with your friends and say, anyone want to do hard drugs?
Hey, you guys wanna do hard
That
drugs
is a
camping?
very common thing.
People go and trip mushrooms in the woods all the fucking time. That's what you do with the boys. Hey, we got mushrooms. We're going camping. Sign me up.
Hey Matt, you want to go camping?
Yes, let's do it.
I apologize. I'd like to think camping would be a little more normal with campfires, fishing,
No.
and
If
No,
you
no,
got
no, it
buddies-
depends on who you are.
Well,
Just because you're not on mushrooms doesn't mean you can't have a campfire and go fishing. That should be fun as fuck, bro.
yeah,
Thank
dude,
you.
you could stare up at the goddamn stars and
No hard
look at
drugs.
the infinite expanse known as the fucking universe.
You can
You know.
see the warp.
Hold on, you said universe, Ben, and your left eye was twitching for a moment, and I got scared.
Because I was
As
thinking
if
of
the
infinite-
universe was trying to tell you something.
Because he was thinking of the universe.
It's an infinite expanse, and I was struggling to contain it within the, confines of my fucking
His second
mind.
eye, his third eye was trying to open, so his second eye was trying to shut to compensate.
And my fourth eye is getting erect.
And his
Anyway.
brown eye is working overtime. I'll tell you what, buddy.
Anyway, the other theories are UFO, always a fun one. I mean, if you can't explain something, then
Aliens did it.
there's gravity anomalies, which I don't know what that means exactly.
The fuck?
Well,
Yeah.
it's exactly what you think it means.
I was about to say, Dalton, take this one.
Like gravity just fucking around.
So, gravity isn't always the same around the globe, which is why most anti-grav things aren't really plausible, because gravity is different and depending on where you're at, like height-wise, in comparison to the ocean, or, weight. Also, there's one place that you can go to in the world where gravity just works weird. Like, it's just lighter for some reason, but it's really close to the ocean level. So
I-
a gravity anomaly will just be suddenly everything fucks up. Your body doesn't know how to react. Your mind freaks out, and then by that it causes psychosis.
Yep.
I do know that there is a jet service that I don't know how much it costs, but it takes you so high, and the jet starts doing certain maneuvers where
Oh,
inside
yeah.
it's 0G, basically.
It's basically what happens is they go up really high and then they drop really quickly, and in that case, and then there's like a few seconds that they have it's weightlessness.
It's weightlessness because you're essentially in a state of free fall, and the
Yeah.
plane that they use has been nicknamed the Vomit Comet.
Yeah,
It's a Boeing 767 that they just basically
I want to
nosedive.
do it so bad.
I hate those
I
people.
want to fucking do it too. Oh my god,
No,
Vomit Comet, sign me
terrified.
up.
I wouldn't even want to watch you guys go up in it.
I'd be
I'd be like,
terrified.
oh, no.
No, Matt,
Anyway.
that's a prerequisite for us to go on camping. You're going with us.
Look, I get high in my mind, not in my body. You know what I'm saying, baby? I ain't fucking going up there.
That's what we're here for. We'll get you
Y'all
high
can-
in mind and body.
Y'all can
Anyway.
lick my butthole.
Let him finish.
And of course, the last one, besides the next one I'm going to mention after that, is the Russian version of the Yeti, which my brain is just thinking, so just a Yeti then.
Isn't that the Wendigo?
But instead it just says Privyet. No.
Wendigo's not a Yeti.
yeah.
Wendigo's a different
No.
beast entirely.
Yeah,
And
Wendigo's
Wendigo's
pretty
only
much
really
like,
found in like northern America, Canada, Algonquin area.
Oh, okay. I
yeah,
didn't
it's
know.
a very Native American
You say
cryptid.
Northern America?
You know what I mean. Anyway, and of course, the final one, as you guys have been talking about before, is what it's called, and a phenomenon called infrasound,
Yes.
in which it says the wind interacts with the topography to create a barely audible. Actually, this is different than what you mentioned. This isn't a weapon. This is just a sensate, a phenomenon.
Well,
Dude, there's around the world, there's a thing called the hum. That
It's
like
this-
certain people pick that up, man. So it's the whole fucking shit you're talking about, man.
it's the same basic principle, Connor. It's just that one side has, or, we've been able to artificially manufacture it and weaponize it, whereas
we've
this is naturally
weaponized it.
occurring.
Anyway, as it says, infrasound, which the wind interacts with topography to create a barely audible hum. And yes, you did mention the hum thing. I've heard of that too. Which it can nevertheless induce powerful feelings of nausea, panic, dread, chills, nervousness, raised heartbeat, and breathing difficulties. and it just ends by basically saying, "Oh, it was a overwhelmingly inhuman force," or whatever. I don't know. My theory is I can go with the infrasound thing definitely, but I could also imagine maybe the KGB decided to fuck with sound stuff, and they just happened to find the hikers and were like, "This is good time to practice."
It's just like on the movie Kingsman when they pass out all those free phones and they put that frequency in, and then you get that badass church fight scene, which is fucking killer. That's such a good scene. I love that shit.
I love that movie.
I'm gonna posit something. It's kind of half-assed, sort of like KGB, but not. Were they victims of potential weapons testing? Yes. Were they directly targeted as subjects for said weapons testing? I think not. Of
course not. They saw their opportunity. Like, those people, they're going on a trip. Let's fuck with them.
Well, no, it's not even so much as that, but y'all know whenever how we fucking tested our fucking nuclear weapons and everything, through in White Sands, New Mexico and shit like that, with Russia, they aren't so fucking strict with their areas. As long as it looks unpopulated, they're gonna fucking lob some shit in there and see what the fuck happens.
There are also a lot of lies that come out of that government as well.
Well, let's
I just picture Putin. Well, fuck you too, sir.
Where's that button? No, let's quit splitting hairs. Let's just look at it. Do not attribute to malice what can be explained with ignorance. Okay? It's not Occam's razor, it's the other razor, but I forget about it.
The flip phone.
There you go. It's the Razor V3. Yes. But how? It's not unlikely that they were subject indirectly to the after effects of some kind of weapon testing, given the fact that in the 1950s, Russia and the U.S. were they were balls deep in the goddamn Cold War. It was a weapons race to see who could have the biggest dick, and they were just pumping away trying to see.
So you're saying there were unforeseen collateral damage?
Exactly.
To be that nerd, Ben, it's Hickham's dictum.
Hickham's dictum. That's it. That's it.
What the fuck?
I knew they were gonna fucking laugh like children.
Sorry.
But Dalton knew what I was talking about, though.
That just came out of nowhere. That's some.
No, that's what the opposite of Occam's razor is. Yes. It's the counter argument to the point of thing.
I think I'll take the latter then.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring two new cats and name them Hickdom and Dictum.
Occam's razor, Jace, is the simplest explanation, is the most likely one in medicine.
Dictum,
what
knew
is it? Oh, is that what it means?
That's Occam's razor.
The most simplest solution is
Hickham's dictum is the opposite, meaning that that's not always the case. That it's usually the more difficult one that's the issue.
So Occam's razor is explained in easy mode. The biggest dickest one is the hard to explain one.
Yeah. Hickham's dictum is the other one.
Hickham's dictum.
I couldn't remember the name of it.
Hickham's dictum in Cliff's Notes is people are fucking stupid, so something stupid happened.
No,
that's it.
Attributed to people being stupid.
Okay.
Humanity's stupid, dude.
Yes,
100%.
So that's why I'm like,
there's some bright bulbs out there.
I mean,
to make sure they're heard.
That's why I'm like, it might have just been, something like that. I mean, some people so fucking stupid that you'd want to put up some boundaries around and make sure they don't hurt themselves.
We weren't done.
Why do we have to save the stupid people?
We weren't done with the mysteries.
I was going to add another one if no one else had anything.
I have another one.
Yeah,
oh shit! Okay,
I have another one too.
I didn't know that. That's my bad.
Okay, then you guys just do yours, and we'll save mine for another day.
You fucking go for it.
Go back to Connor.
No, Jace.
For a second one.
Connor.
No.
You're already on yours, though.
Connor, do yours. Matt, Dalton, do yours, and then I'll go last.
Matt,
all right,
have you got one?
Okay.
Yeah, I talked about Stonehenge.
Yeah.
Will you get down, Lehman?
Sorry, I was doing something
Okay,
else.
I'll spitfire mine super quick, but I feel like Matt might also know this one. The Flannan Isle Lighthouse Disappearances. Which I think might have been
Matt can't even spell lighthouse.
You're always fond of me lobster, weren't you?
I was gonna say, I'm not saying I believe it was inspiration for the movie, but... So,
Possible.
This one, I don't know, and I can't just quote, I gotta read, so pardon me for it. In 1900, 3 keepers of the Flannan Isle lighthouse off the west coast of Scotland disappeared under the strangest of circumstances. It was manned by a 3-person team: Thomas Marshall, James Ducat, and Donald MacArthur, with a 4th man rotating in from shore. On Boxing Day, of all things, the relief
The
keeper
day after
arrived.
Christmas for Americans.
The relief keeper arrived to find none of the lighthouse keepers present. The only sign that anything was amiss was an overturned chair near the kitchen table, and no bodies were ever found. And the speculation is usually what you think would be for, you know, an island kind of thing like that. Foreign spies, abductions, drowning, a ghost ship, or a giant sea monster even. Me, I'm just going to think it was Willem Dafoe.
Yeah, one of them probably killed a seagull, which is always bad luck, so...
It's very bad. I swear, the day I get your painting in, Matt, literally I'm just going to do a voice of, bad luck to kill a Goomba, Luigi. Okay, Mario. It's bad luck to kill a Goomba. Okay.
They're just
Anyway, but yeah.
masturbating to fucking mermaid pussy.
Lighthouse is crazy. But yeah, I would like to think this might be a slight kind of nod, or at least or an inspiration for the Lighthouse movie, because the movie's just about the Ben, you good?
Yeah.
He's just still
You look
thinking
like you're about to, like, slowly decay.
universe.
It's like, whoa.
It's like he had like the perfect transition, but then did it at the wrong time, so he's just upset about
But yeah,
Ben's
Yeah.
camera. I don't want you to focus on Ben's shoulder.
my theory, I'm gonna go with the Lighthouse.
They got
The Lighthouse movie had, where basically they just went fucking bananas for being out there so long.
Cthulhu
It's
got
happened. Because it's happened. There have been reports of, just people stuck at a place like that and just going pretty bonkers for it.
People need human connections, and especially if you're just locked with somebody for you're gonna go. I think they call it whackety schmackety.
I don't know. I would call it Hickums Dickum.
Dickum,
I'm
hard
sorry.
Dickum.
I'm sorry. I just really wanted to say Hickums Dickum. Anyway, that's my quick mystery thing. Jace or
Will you
Dalton?
get down? Go ahead.
No,
Dalton.
I got this. So, Brownwood is a fun little murder spot, apparently, as most people don't realize it is.
And an anal reference.
I did not pick up on that until you showed me that on fucking iFunny from years ago. Anyway, I think we were like 20 and he showed me this picture. So anyway, in 1989, when Ben was but a year old,
Yep.
actually
wee little lad.
he was only 5 months because this was May.
And now
anyway.
he's 46.
A wee little lad.
Yo, old
He's
bastard.
46, Connor, then we're in our 40s too.
If Ben's
Anyway.
46, I'm gonna have to take him to the concert in a wheelchair. Just yep. Like, oh, dude, we could get great seats though if you just act handicapped.
Hey,
like a
you
cripple.
little kids!
Then when you have sex, it'll be handicapped.
Continue.
Anyway, so there was a young girl named Amanda Goodman, who was 13 years old, who was found on the side of the street with a gunshot in her head. Her mom at that day was very irritated at her at the time, and she was mad. So at one point, she just got out, started looking out for her, and found her on the side of the road. It's been an unsolved murder for more than 30 years at this point, which, what is it, 35 years?
Yeah.
Sucks, bro.
There was a guy who was Sergeant Scott Bird, whom many in the town believe is the guy who actually shot her. Because she was Matt, you know the apartments you used to live in.
Yes.
You know how close it was to the middle school.
Yes.
She was supposed to be coming from the middle school to those apartments in Brownwood, which it's less than a mile. It's like not even half a mile, really. It's like right down the street. They found her like halfway across Brownwood on the side of a road.
See, that's
Meaning-
what sucks, because you have a fight and they just go out, you see a predator sees a victim, single, young, easy to take over female. And even if not, what if they just drove by and popped them in the head because they were feeling evil at that time?
Yeah, she was
that's scary
13
shit.
at the time.
That's sad, man.
Very sad. And she was, a student and everything, going to school, doing her best. And like I said, a lot of people in that town think it's Sergeant Scott Bird was the guy who did it, because he was very adamant about finding all of the evidence. And every time any evidence happened, it would disappear suddenly. This is not on the article. This is just shit that I know offhand
that's
from,
theory.
theories and stuff through town.
Yeah, the grapevine.
Say that
They've-
name again.
Scott Bird,
Bird.
BYRD or BIRD?
BIRD, so spelt the traditional way.
Are you gonna say the bird is the word? I swear to God.
No, that actually sounds like a name I know.
He actually, is this him? Actually, no, that's not him. Boy,
I'm texting my mother a question, but please feel free to keep going with whatever.
So it ended up being a whole ordeal because, you know, everyone was up in arms. A 13-year-old girl was found murdered, and I don't even think there was any, like, I don't think that there was any sexual stuff that happened. I mean, I could be wrong about it, obviously. But no, it just ended up being some girl in Brownwood at 13 years old got into a car, and a lot of people think that it was a cop's car. And he got away with it and graduated. He got away, quote unquote. If it was him, he ended up becoming a lieutenant and retired last year.
You're telling me he allegedly killed a child and then got promoted?
Allegedly, it's alleged.
See, but even
Like,
then,
they don't know but a lot of cops in Brownwood's police force, sue me, Brownwood police force. What are you gonna do about it? Has been super corrupt for a very long time.
yeah,
Like
and-
beyond like Megan levels of corrupt.
Oh gods.
dude, they're
Oh,
fucking
God, it's so much
dickholes.
worse.
They want to lock
Dude.
everybody up.
Brownwood's police department has more corruption than I could possibly fucking say on here. And I'm not going to say the amount of corruption and the names and stuff like that for obvious reasons.
It actually reminds me of that one time when I got pulled over and I had Matt and somebody else in my car.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, which I don't know about you, Matt, but the other guy was high off his fucking balls, and the cop pulled me off to the side. And he was like, "You sure these guys aren't partaking in some substances and shit?" And apparently he was on probation or something for it. I flashed him my military ID, and I'm like, "Dude, I'm fucking military. I can't associate with that shit." And just fucking covered for you guys.
Dude, they've just because my brother being my brother, like I've had cops fucking it's like 2 a.m. You have fucking 3 officers here searching my friend's car just because the word name Buendia. Like, oh well, let's move on.
Yes.
Continue.
Yeah, actually, Matt, what was that story about, like, when Noah died? Like, they just tore his apartment apart just because of his record? Dude, just look at his face right now. Like, that's fucked. Like, they didn't give a fuck who he was or what happened. They just tore his goddamn apartment
The first thing they asked was, are there drugs here? Where's the drugs? But while the medics were there and everyone, they were getting Noah outside, with like 4 cops in the apartment, I pulled out every piece of paraphernalia right under their nose, had it stashed in a fucking creek in like under fucking 5 minutes, dude. But the fact, like, dude, just because I smoked weed that night doesn't mean that's what killed the goddamn baby.
Yeah, no,
It was
it's
fucking
not.
SIDS,
But
man. It was
they literally just, because of how, you know, of who Isaac was, they just destroyed everything. I was reading more into this while you talked, which is why I did that, so you could talk for a second. But apparently there was a Texas Ranger named Bobby Grubbs, which was a good guy.
Bobby Grubbs.
He was a good guy. He actually had a suspicion of the person as well, and he did polygraphs, he had like all sorts of stuff. He went through the guy's history, found out everything he could about him, and nothing. But apparently they're still trying to find closure.
Yeah. By the way, real
I'll
quick
find that closure.
before we go to Jace, I had texted my mother because I didn't know about the name Scott Bird, and for some reason I felt like I had heard it before. No, it turns out the neighbor I had, their last name was Burks with a K, not Bird. But for some reason my brain was thinking, oh, is that Bird? And my brain was like, was I neighbors with a murderer? No.
I mean, what's that
Is that
statistic?
Devin?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Devin right there.
Hi, Devin.
Hi, Devin.
What's up, Devin?
We love you, Devin.
Yeah.
But what's that statistic? Like everybody crosses like how many serial killers or walks by one within their lifespan?
It's like
that's it.
I don't fucking remember. Honestly,
I'm
I
gonna
remember
end up
looking it up, but I don't
I got you.
remember it.
But one of my one of the ones that I know, it's kind of the well-known one, is, and I don't know if I'm saying her name right, Elisa Lam.
Yes. She
If only.
36 murders in their lifetime.
Yeah,
36 murders.
but yeah, she was found in a there's footage of her kind of being scared in an elevator, and there, like, you see her talking, like poking her head around the corner outside the elevator, and she ended up walking out of the elevator, and that was the last bit of footage of her ever seen again. And a couple days later, people in the hotel, it was all in a big hotel, and she was a student. I can't remember what she was there for.
She was she was an exchange student out of China.
Yeah.
China.
China. But yeah, she was found 2 weeks later, apparently, because people in the hotel were complaining about the water having low pressure.
They had a really foul smell and
yeah,
shit.
it had a bad smell, off color, and everything. And
Dude,
they
in
found,
San Angelo, it was just the water.
yeah, it was the water. Well, yeah, too.
I know. It just San Angelo has terrible water.
In the water.
But yeah, they found her inside of the tank, naked, and her clothes that she was wearing were floating in the top of the tank as well.
Oh,
And-
that fucking from the Hotel Cecil or
Yeah.
whatever.
Cecil Hotel.
Yeah, her name's
like,
like.
yeah, and no one knows what happened. I guess like the cops had to cut into the water tank to actually see what happened.
It's a spooky video because you kind of see her looking super paranoid,
Mm-hmm.
and then like you see her just kind of have these like weird seizure things, like, and the next thing you know, she just climbed
Just
up.
walks off frame.
So about Elisa Lam, the
Finale.
whole thing. God damn it, Connor.
It's what I first thought of. I'm sorry.
I'm not.
So-
It's fun.
The way that she would have to get into the water tank, the reason why they had to cut it out and shit was because the hole to get into the water tank was pretty fucking small in itself. Now due to her small frame and everything, she could get in there. But in order to get in there, she would have to get out to the top floor, which had an alarm on it, and then walk a fucking precarious path right up against the damn building, which was, at the top of the fucking building, so, you're gonna fucking fall. But even more so, this girl is just maybe 100 pounds soaking wet with a full ass pocket of change. All right, she ain't got a bit of fucking
She's
muscle
little.
on her, and she had to pick up this fucking door or this hatch that was 60 to 80 pounds, solid steel. After vaulting on top of the tank, and then getting it, and then getting inside, and then closing the tank behind her. And it was a complete drop off. There was no ladder inside the tank or anything. So once you fell, once you fucking fell, that's all she wrote. She wouldn't be able to do that shit. As a matter of fact, Skinned, fantastic song, talks about this fucking thing. And she relates it to the quote-unquote elevator game, where apparently you hallucinate yourself into an alternate dimension if you
gotta
play
get
the elevator game.
in between like two there's certain they did the whole episode about that on the show Evil, and like the skeptic tries it and he gets stuck down there and he can't get back up. So when they finally do it and he's like, fuck, like, oh, I don't know what happened. It's pretty spooky, man.
Hence why the bridge to the song is 4, 2, 6, 2, 10, 5, 1. I told you not to play the game. It's fucking creepy. I love it.
Apparently, the Cecil Hotel is a budget inn infamous for housing.
Dude,
having
yeah,
housed a number
Richard
of murderers,
Ramirez.
Yes, absolutely.
murderers, serial killers, and suicides in the past.
The place is
Yeah.
haunted as
Murderous.
Huh?
Murderous is
I like you
yes.
said murderous is like a female murderer.
No, murderers, serial killers, and suicides.
Okay,
Yep.
I heard murderers.
Suicides.
Self-righteous suicides.
No, we call it slip and slides.
But yeah, it's just like no one knows. I mean, they say that the investigation concluded that his death was by drowning by accident, or there's a reason she ended up there or the reason why she ended up there is unknown.
Yeah.
When you said that, I just thought like David played a secret chord.
Yeah.
That was in my head when you said it. David played a secret chord.
Yeah, that's one of the unsolved mysteries that has kind of always, stood out to me.
If she had boundaries, it might have gone a little bit better.
There we go.
That's a good transition.
Ben had a good transition, just terrible timing.
I didn't hear Ben's.
It was
you
the same
didn't?
thing. Well, maybe if they had boundaries.
Yeah, he did that, but it was like terrible timing when he did it.
I see
the way-
a boundary, I eat a boundary, and wash it down with a hot steaming cup of rules.
I'll watch it after Ben.
Yeah, they play up on the whole urban legend of the damn elevator game, and I just love the way it's produced.
Now,
Isn't that how the backrooms got started?
I don't know. I don't know the origin of the backrooms.
We are talking about boundaries. Now, hilariously, the person with the worst boundaries, Matthew, was the one who suggested this one.
That has boundaries.
I do.
Yeah, they're all cum-soaked and blood-soaked.
And to be honest, the reason I brought it up is because our buddy went out on a date. And you guys blew up his phone with drunk voicemails while he was on said date. Which,
In my defense, I was sober.
I was sober too.
That makes it worse.
I was the drunk one.
That makes it so much worse.
What
I
Ben
was so
doesn't
drunk, I
understand
couldn't even
is
leave a good voicemail.
what Ben doesn't understand is I started it. I just didn't know everyone else would be doing it as well.
Like,
Jace egged it on.
I get it, like calling somebody and leaving a, but like, y'all left 4, right? Everyone did. Everyone
did it.
It was
To be fair, he
it was
could have
like,
said. To be fair, instead of a text saying on date, he could have picked up and said, "Hey man, I'm still on my date. Is it okay if I get back to you?"
You don't fucking answer
don't
a goddamn
answer your
phone
phone
call.
when you're on a date.
Yeah, unless it's an absolute emergency.
That's so disrespectful, man, with the person you're trying to meet.
Damn, I'll remember that next time I'm on a date and my
I get
sister's house sets on fire and she's dying and the phone's like,
You missed the fucking
I'm sorry,
point. You
Mom, I'm
just-
on a date. The
Dude,
pussy cannot
you
wait. Goodbye.
No, you missed the point about if it's an emergency. I do
Yes.
respect that y'all went through with the bit. I found that funny, but
I'm gonna clip it. I'm gonna clip the whole interaction.
like,
The problem
man,
Ben called me, or Ben's girl called me on Ben's phone, and I was like, "Oh, everybody, shut up! Hold on, it's Ben." And I'm like, "Hello," and the problem is, the girl was talking. I couldn't understand
She's
a
like,
word
"My
she
name's-"
was saying.
It's like, my name's Brittany and I own Ben's cock now, so fuck off. My God.
No.
I
The
doubt
thing
it.
You wanna
is,
date
she
with
was
Britney
talking.
Spears?
Okay, sorry. Let me try again. My name's Brittany. Ben's cock is mine. Stop calling, lol.
What the fuck is
Britney,
up with this
bitch.
Britney
It's
shit?
Brittany, bitch.
And also, she was talking into the phone when she didn't realize that I had it hooked up to Bluetooth. So
Why do
Yeah,
you have
because I was trying to figure
Bluetooth?
out. I was like, "What?"
Why do you have Bluetooth on when you're on a date? That's fucking disrespectful. too.
no,
Like,
this was
what do you just
whenever I
like,
was.
"Sure, babe, 1 minute, yeah, sell all of that shit.
No,
right now."
no, Bluetooth in my car.
Well, it was funny because I was like, it was weird. I was like, I can't understand a word they're saying. I've talked to Ben while he's on the phone before. I can hear him crystal clear. Why can't I hear him then? And I was like, call us on Discord, you dumbass. And then I hung up.
He sent me your voicemail where you're like, Ben, you dumbass. Like,
Wait, my voicemail?
Yes.
you had to go abandon us tonight. Where are you? We're here playing games with the boys. I'm like, y'all are playing a Worms game. He's out meeting a woman, and y'all are all acting like crazy ex-girlfriends. Like, what are you doing? How's the date going? I'm gonna call you 4 times in a row, bitch. And he's like,
He was
Can
legitimately
we
like,
have
To be fair,
more
Matt's
breadsticks,
giving
please.
us ideas for the next time.
Matt, this is why I'm telling you. I'm putting my phone on Do Not Disturb.
Just do it. That's
Why didn't you do that in the first place, then?
Because he wasn't expecting it.
I always expect it from you fuckers. I always expect it.
For goodness
Expect
sake.
the unexpected.
I get
For
that.
goodness sake,
I get
it's
that.
on like you always with you guys now because I'm either expecting Ben to say some sus shit or Matt to send some sus shit.
Problem is,
You send porn all the time. Shut the fuck up.
the
I
problem
only
is,
send it to you now.
the problem is, I have our group text, our group message on silent with no vibration because I'm like,
Absolutely.
as often as that thing is going off, it would eat my phone alive.
I have to as well.
Like, I understand we're all dicks. We're assholes. But
We're terrible people.
First and foremost, we're friends. So, I
Hold on.
I wouldn't even think to like bother this man trying to be happy. He's just trying to find someone to be happy with. Y'all don't want your boy to be
Here's the
happy.
thing.
It's like if y'all were living together and he brought someone home to his room and y'all kept knocking the whole time, like, hey, you guys you go on to watch a movie. Like, leave him alone. Leave the man alone. Leave him alone, please.
Well, at that point, he needs to obey the old tradition of putting the sock on the door.
Which is now his do not disturb.
Yes.
Ben, just send a sock in the group chat.
Let me put.
The problem is, like, here's the problem. He's friends with us. He should expect this kind of shit from us. We're a
No.
bunch of No, Ben, shut up.
Which
We're a
is why
We're a
need
bunch
to
of
establish
children.
boundaries.
We don't
See-
have boundaries. We all know way too much about each other.
Here's the
Not
thing.
Now,
No, here's the fucking thing. I expect some common goddamn sense from a bunch of fucking 30-year-olds, but the one without the driver's license has the most common sense out of all you fucks.
that's because he doesn't get out enough.
Now, I'm
Hey,
going to say this.
I have friends
I was
that take
drunk
me
as
out.
fuck.
Oh, he was gone.
I was fucking drunk.
He was.
You sound like every abuser I've ever heard in my entire life. It's not an excuse.
In this case, because I didn't actually
Now-
abuse somebody.
I'll put my piece out on one reason,
It's peace.
and feel free to go ahead and cut this out because you probably need to, Ben. I just want to make sure isn't going to become Alicia.
No.
You don't need another
He's-
one.
But how is he gonna know if he can't get past the first one because his phone keeps blowing up with ex-girlfriends that got penises?
Was that your first date with her?
No, it was like the 5th.
Well,
Fuck you, Matt.
Fuck you. Damn, yeah, I'm the piece of shit here. Yeah. Okay. All right. Get out of here, you fucking stupid raccoon.
You treasure that raccoon. You give that motherfucker a hug. He probably
That's-
needs it now.
Honestly, Connor, that's nonsensical because here I am fucking talking up my guys and everything, and then I start getting fucking drunk text messages. And dick isn't that good, Jace.
I didn't say that.
Dick isn't that good.
I'm
Hey,
pretty
don't
sure-
you fucking
Did
dare
I
say
send
that you
that?
didn't say that, because I will forward it to everybody else. Matt heard it.
No.
Or heard it.
No. Shut your whore mouth. I said, Ben, don't fall for her evil vagina magic. We are
No.
trying to save you.
Fucking
Don't say.
voicemail. The fucking voicemail, you barely literate, barely can get out of
Hold
your
on.
fucking garage door, motherfucker.
You know what's even better? You may
I
have
don't
the
a
voicemail,
garage.
but I have it on Twitch.
God damn it.
Yeah, we were
I have
recording when
the
we were doing
whole
this.
thing on Twitch.
See, that's some people when they get together, they get super amped up and they like beat the shit out of a homeless person. These people pretty much did the exact same thing.
Well, to be fair,
Okay.
we didn't beat up a homeless person. We just beat up a
Yeah, you-
mentally handicapped guy, and the lady's taking care of him.
You beat up a home full person.
The only other situation I can say to, is Ben, you do have the option to just mute us and just ignore us until it happens. Sure, we're gonna give you shit afterwards, but
We're just giving her a taste of what it's going to be like if you two end up staying together and
I
everything.
went
and
on
you
our
guys
right.
coming together.
I shut off my phone. Because
you are-
I've had you motherfuckers do the exact same thing to me fucking like 10 years ago.
It
I
Jason,
wasn't involved in
obviously, not
It-
Ben.
yes,
Doesn't feel
Not
good.
yes,
Not me.
no, yes. Anytime one of us has something of a possibility of a girl to get to, you are right there. ready to do it.
I'm right there hyping your ass up because I want to see my boys succeed
Still
and be
the
fucking
same
happy and get their
thing.
That's
goddamn
why-
dick wet.
That's
Okay.
why if I ever get a date, I'm not telling you fucks until afterwards.
Oh, I'll tell you. It's just I'm gonna keep my phone muted,
Yeah,
No,
I actually shut mine off because I didn't want my boss
What?
messaging me either.
but I will.
Well, that's
I
just
will-
smart.
He was.
I will admit still, we did overstep the boundary. And I was the one that started it, so if anything, it's my fault.
So I was like,
So just put the blame on me.
Acknowledge it was a bit of a dick move and give the man a "I'm sorry, bro." I feel that's right. Like I know you guys enough where that like I was like, damn, they really like sabotaged your shit. If I was on,
Oh, sabotage my ass. He goes through women like copy paper.
hey,
Yeah, he
at
goes
least
to women like fucking toilet paper, dude. He really does.
that's fine.
Man, you
He's
can't
out
even get
there
mad
getting
at that
He's
one.
out there getting women. Dalton just now met a person. Hopefully she doesn't get scared away. Like, let's see how it goes. I'm waiting for the other two blobs here to fucking get out of their fucking manhole and fucking go try to meet somebody.
After what everyone said on the podcast or on the fucking stream yesterday, like, y'all aren't meeting her for a very long time. Like, Ben and Matt, yeah.
We still have to talk about the fact that
Yeah, I'm gonna call her the orphan as soon as I meet her. Like, you don't say that to a person as soon as you meet them.
I mean,
Like
that's that's been my
all
opening.
right,
for
you
the
know what?
past
Now
years,
I'm
like,
no
I'm
longer
the
sorry,
orphan.
Ben. What the fuck?
No, Ben didn't say that. That was yesterday on the fucking stream.
Wait, who said it then?
Jace?
I didn't say that.
Yes, you did. You and Jordan both.
Oh, my Lord.
I was like,
Okay, this is why we
What?
need to establish boundaries.
And joke's on y'all. I've killed my love life. That thing's dead. It's never gonna happen for me.
So I'm gonna Donald
Never.
Trump this, and we are going to build a wall. It's gonna be huge.
Okay, if you say it like Donald Trump, we're not fucking doing that. You're gonna say it like a normal human being with morals and dignity.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm
so
sorry.
those?
He gets
wait, if he says it himself, it's still not gonna happen.
hate Trump all
Okay,
you want.
hold
That
on,
dude was
I'll
getting
say-
us out of debt.
I'm gonna say this.
Yep.
I'm gonna say this. Ben, I might have overstepped my bounds with
Yes, you
that.
did. We all
Shut
did.
up.
We all did.
You have no room to talk.
We all did. I
He
literally
Truth be
said
told,
it was
he already
our fault.
apologized.
Hold on. I may have overstepped my bounds.
But
Ben, I love. Okay, I did overstep. Okay, but Ben, I did it because I love you, and I apologize for nothing.
God damn. Actually, truth be told,
To be
Connor,
fair,
I played she asked about the fucking voicemails, and I played them. She laughed at yours. She didn't like Jace's. She liked yours.
well, mine was just simply saying, "How dare you don't." Mine was just saying, "How dare you don't pick up for me?" But Jason sounded more like, "Where are you?" And I'm
Oh,
so
I'm
sorry.
sorry.
Literally, like, just commented about her dick size. He's like, his dick's not that good.
She's like, well, no, she's like, I don't know if I can compete with these jealous boyfriends of yours. I'm like,
See,
or actually,
and
no,
I
she
was
said
just-
jealous
I was just saying the
girlfriends.
most out-of-pocket shit that I could think of.
Oh,
I was
I
just
didn't
saying if I could
expect
get
you to-
Ben to call back, but then I realized Connor called him immediately before. I was like, you know what? That's not gonna work. I'm just so
Again,
fucking drunk I couldn't.
like
even
I
think of what
said,
to say.
I was the start of this, so this is on me. So
you're a
quickly,
piece
I'll
of
finish
shit.
with. Oh, I know.
So, okay,
I'm
Ben,
trying
I'm
to
gonna
be
make you
better,
a
I
promise.
really am.
I'm gonna make you a promise from now on, and that applies to all you other fucks. If y'all are on a date, tell me the date of. I just won't message.
Right, let it be. Check how you doing. You know, it's fine to check in with your boy. Bombarding him with drunk messages it's like I said. I'm proud
You know
you're
what?
committed to it. Like,
They weren't drunk messages. They were drunk calls.
You know
that's
what?
voice
I'm gonna
messages.
leave you a message tonight, Matt, and we'll see how you like it. No, I'm gonna call you on the phone, and you're gonna let it to go to voicemail. Then I'm gonna say something like, "Pootuki pee pee poo poo."
That's over here. Like, I'm the one
days.
telling you it's wrong. Like, Matt has nothing wrong in this situation.
Brad has a moral high ground on this one.
Which is
For
weird
once-
because I don't.
For once,
Matt's like, I have high.
Like I said.
what?
It's like I used to do drugs. I mean, I still do, but I used to too. Like, it's the best
I
fucking
used to
line.
as well.
It's the same thing as I'm a social drinker. If someone says they'll have a drink, I say, yeah, well, I will too.
Yeah, we'll do.
But like, like I said, there's still boundaries. I know I cross them and push them. And honestly, I don't even know if I'm a comedian.
You sent a picture in the morning one time just to fuck with me of when you're in a dead girl and she squirts.
Oh yeah, the dude with all the rice on his face and it looked like maggots. Yeah, when you find a chick, when the dead chick you found in the dumpster you've been fingering squirts in your face. Yeah, that was a girthy
That
meme.
is a boundary annihilator.
We
It
know
is.
to pulse up the maggots.
That's what it means. Just
Yep.
munging
You know-
with your friends.
I'm fine with getting a morning text from, like, Jay saying morning bitches, or Ben just sending a stupid pun, or Dalton just sending a funny meme. But having to see something gory or hear, oh, the dead girl squirted in my face, fuck, bro.
I already know fucking he woke up to the sun is shining in the sky. There ain't a cloud. Oh my god, Jesus fucking Christ.
Pretty
Yes.
much.
Just
I'm trying to
record
be more.
scratch.
I'm trying to be more positive anyway with myself, and I'm failing at it.
No,
So again, Ben, on behalf of us, I apologize.
You don't speak for me though.
y'all are good. Y'all are good.
You see, Ben, I made a joke yesterday, and then you got mad and deleted what I put on our group thing.
Because I wasn't
On
seeing a
Facebook.
man.
What happened?
Here's my thing is, I love you. You are my best friend, but you can't take a simple joke, and that's why we keep making
That is why they're
joke.
rolling it. He's a asshole. Look at him. Look at that stubborn bitch right there. And I get it.
Like,
That's the hill he's gonna die on, but like it's also
Dude,
like, hey man, if the fruit's that low, we gotta take it, bro.
dude, I told my boss, I was like, dude, I'm going on a date with this chick, and he goes, "What's his name?" I go, "Martin." like I just went with the joke, and he stopped.
Well,
I had
here's
that
the
happen too with my brother. I said, "Hey, I'm talking to a girl," and he said, "What's his name?" And I said,
here's the thing though. Here's the thing
Exactly.
though. That is a joke within the confines of people that know it is said joke. If you just say,
Mental Morons chat, like the
If
group,
you-
they know what we are about.
no, here's the thing. Oh, okay, if everybody that was in the fucking group listened to our shit at the same time,
"We'd
all
go to
the
jail.
time, our numbers would be a lot greater.
We'd go
It's
to
fucking-
jail.
It
We
would
are.
no, Connor. It would be a lot higher. Okay, they kind
We're
of
going
stagger
to
out.
jail."
I feel like you're deflecting of the fact you just can't take the simple joke.
No,
and get mad
I'm about to
it.
fucking tell you why. If you just say deadpan, Ben is going on a date with a man
True.
with no joking, you know.
you can't pull inflections off a text.
Yes, you
Sometimes
can.
you can, but it's like you
Like, there's a
everyone's
difference
gonna be like, holy
between.
shit, Ben's like,
Okay.
is this the magic school bus? Is
There-
this the
there's a
magic
difference
school bus?
between-
Next time, Dalton, put asterisks, jokingly asterisks. Ben's going on a date with a man.
Mockingly, Ben's going on a date with a man.
Because
Which
like, there's a
ironically
difference.
make it more funny.
There's a difference between Connor being like, "Oh, are you going on another date with Angelo?" and Ben is going on a date with a fucking penis wielder.
To be fair,
Same thing.
I mean, to be fair, if Dalton were to do that to me, if I finally hook up with a woman and he goes to Facebook and puts, "Dude, Connor's going on a date with a man," hell yeah, I'd just be like, "Yeah, I can't wait to meet him."
Ben, I'm gonna steal that whole penis wielder bit. I'm gonna
As
use
soon
that.
as soon as he said penis wielder, I pictured like the fucking like ninja fucking hat just.
I just picture Pyramid Head.
Wielder.
Anyway, Matt,
so mad every time, and it's just chef's kiss every time. If you just went with it, the
It's
joke would
easy.
stop.
It's easy trolling.
I mean, to
Yeah.
be fair, it would probably help if we added a little censorship maybe to it.
I don't
No,
know. you
fuck
think?
censor. I like yes and no. I have a kid now. There's shit I understand censorship. I also,
Admittedly,
like I
Ben has
said,
had to censor us several times.
Yes.
Oh God, yes.
Quite
100%.
Oh yeah.
And
He's the reason we still have a podcast.
we push those boundaries, which as comedians, I mean I maybe not professionally, but a comedian makes someone laugh. That's what I like to do because I know how being depressed is. So if you're laughing, you're at least happy for a second. So
Yeah.
that's where you're allowed to push boundaries there, man. Comedy is tragedy plus time. So when you're laughing at something bad, it's because you kind of relate to it or you get it, or like I don't know. It's fucking weird. People get offended, and they
All the
suck.
time.
And
Oh yeah.
it's fucking funny, man. I think it's funny.
Fucking funny.
I'm so
It is,
glad.
dude.
Matt's sitting
Dude.
here talking about boundaries, and then he's just shattering them every step of the way.
Well,
Well,
People
it's-
getting offended is funny. It's like, dude, just like let it go or laugh. Learn to laugh about it or move on with your life.
Yeah,
Learn to
Ben.
take a joke.
Learn to laugh. You laugh
Right.
at 99% of the things. That one little thing you just get so mad at.
You
And you
laugh
know
at the
we
dumbest
don't
shit
mean
ever. You could laugh at
That's
a dude
true, too.
accidentally farting and falling on his face, and it's the most hilarious thing.
I would laugh at that too.
I would
To
too.
be fair, all of us have laughed at fucking Kung Pao going ooey oo. So like, yes, we all laugh at dumb shit.
Connor
I
laughed
laughed
at a
at
dude with
Hickam Dickum.
me and Connor laughed at a guy with muscular dystrophy.
hell, this guy
Bro,
chewing somebody else.
We laughed at Dalton. Okay, here's what happened last night, listeners or viewers, whatever. If you weren't at the Twitch stream, basically we were playing
Well,
Worms. I decided to target Dalton for one like move, a missile. He snapped, like literally the straw literally went. He went, "Why did you attack me? Why'd you do it?" And we were sitting here basically. I had to resist screaming at him to be like, "I'm just playing the game. What the fuck do you want from me?"
You did do that though, dude.
I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna get every part you actively went for me.
Oh, I'm
If I-
sorry.
Because anyone else, I could target anyone else. Hey, don't do that. Oh, you're a bitch. Hey, don't do that, you fucker. I do it for you. And you act like I just killed Krillin in front of Goku. Just, you monster.
Well, next time maybe he should aim for Yamcha.
No one likes Yamcha.
Yeah, just hit Jace, it'd be fine.
Yeah, exactly. And besides,
couldn't
I
hit
would laugh
anyone.
at somebody farting and falling because chances are he was a real gas hole.
Yeah, Jason's
Yeah.
I hit
Jason's
Dalton.
like,
I don't even feel sorry for a single thing we did yesterday now. That one fucking joke. You know what? I feel like we were in the right. Fuck you, Ben. You know, we're probably saving her from you.
Oh, fuck you.
wow. All right,
Yes.
never mind. I changed sides. I'm with them now.
Oh, fuck
Why
you,
the
man. Jesus.
God?
I'm just fucking with you, bro. That was fucked up. You
I'll
just too,
be-
Dalton.
I'll be honest, another reason I did the whole call in the first place was, Ben, yes, it does sound clingy-ish for like a clingy boyfriend thing. It's just, we just wanted to have you here, and I didn't think your date was taking that long.
Dude, Connor, I told you how his dates end.
You guys Twitch. You guys Twitch stream fucking 3 days a week. Let him take a night off to go fucking meet a person in
Actually,
real
4
life,
days a week.
IRL, as you guys
It's 3
call
to
it.
4. It is 3 to 4.
He's allowed to be AFK or wait, yeah, away from keyboard. I know what
Yeah.
that means.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
AFK, IRL, LOL,
Yeah, Connor.
ROFOLOL.
You know how Ben's
Yes,
dates usually end?
Like
With her in a bag in the back of his trunk.
Oh,
Every time.
Like he's like he's gonna cut his date short so he could jump on to play Worms Armageddon with fucking 3 assholes.
It was
Oh my
four.
God.
It was 4, man. Like that will always still be there, man. Go out and live some lives, man. I love video games.
But that's
go out in
something
the
I'm scared
world.
of. But that's something I'm nervous about if I get to interact because I feel like if I have friends messaging me, I feel like I have to see at least what they want, what's going
No,
on.
here's the thing,
I-
Connor.
You
Here's the thing.
actively ignore our chats.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, I do that
time.
now because you guys are psychopaths.
Thank
You're
you.
just now realizing this?
All right.
Sociopaths. There's a
Public
difference.
service
Pointing out
announcement
yes.
for everyone but Matt and possibly Dalton. Touch some grass and get some ass. Okay?
No, women are scary.
And smoke some grass, boy.
Hey,
No.
go
There
fucking
you
dude,
go.
Connor.
No, women are scary.
Hey, go fuck a dude.
No, dudes are scary.
Well, then fuck yourself.
He's like, people
No,
are
I'm
scary.
scary.
Get a,
He's scared of himself.
Can't you see my face?
just get
Yeah,
a fleshlight.
unfortunately.
Get a fun fleshlight that you would like. There, go for it.
Yeah.
No.
I'm too traumatized. I can't be in a relationship.
Get
Bull
a
fucking
fleshlight.
shit.
Jace, I love you. I love you, Jace. But it's not that bad. Like your shit was traumatic, and your issues and your problems mean something and they are important. But dude, it could have been so much worse.
It could have been.
Like you could have dealt
Yeah.
with significantly worse.
You could have been black.
You could have dated Ben.
What?
That means he would be sending him a drunk voicemail to himself to ruin his own date.
Where are you? I'm so sorry.
I get that your traumas and your shit and your relationships suck, and they are valid. They are. But at the same time, it could have been significantly worse.
What matters is not what happened to you in the past, but what you do in the future. If you base everything on what happened in the past, then you're doomed to fucking failure.
I am not a good
seen
match.
Lion King? Have y'all not seen Lion King?
I've seen Lion King.
Yeah,
I've seen Lion King,
Simba,
but it's
the
been
whole thing.
The fuck Rafiki did? What did he say to Simba when he hit him in the fucking head?
You can either run from it or land from it.
Eat my bamboo asshole, you little tiger.
He said all of those things, including Matt specifically. Matt. But no,
Bitch, you lying. You get the king.
well, here's the thing. I'm damaged goods. I am not a good
we
match.
all are damaged goods.
I don't think I'm a
All
good.
of us.
I don't think I'm a good match for anybody.
Let Connor talk. Let Connor talk. Jesus fucking Christ, he's having an aneurysm.
I was hoping you would die from it.
You're not dying before me, Connor.
In a word, man must create his own essence. It is in throwing himself into the world, suffering there, struggling there, that he gradually defines himself. Is it scary? Absolutely. But we gotta.
No.
Yes!
You little
And I
tiger bitch.
And Jace, if I could struggle into it, you can too.
Yeah, I have, and I'm done with it.
Or you too
It
can.
never
Or
ends
you-
well.
Or you too can. I don't know what that bird was in The Lion King. The one that like hung out with Scar.
You can't say him.
You've all watched South Park, right?
Yes.
I literally
Yes.
watched it today. I showed
This-
Vincent the Scuzzlebutt episode.
Yes!
Classic
Favorite
episode.
line that
Remember-
Butters ever said. When Butters had the girlfriend break up with him and he was sad and the emo kids came up.
I think
And they were just
all
like,
the
why
time.
are you sad? And he's just like, well, I'm happy that I went through it and that I had the
Yeah,
emotions. And
Yeah, you wanna come chill with us? Like, no, I mean, I'm sad now, but at least I had something happy enough in my life to make me this sad. I'd rather do that than be a faggy goth kid.
yeah, I mean,
And besides, hold on, you four fucks are the reason why I'm one of the big reasons why I'm happy now. I get to hang out with you
Good.
fucks.
Good.
the date
Use that as a-
Connor. At least you both be happy.
Use that as
No.
a fucking platform to build yourself back up, and you'll be a
Guys.
brand new fucking man.
Yeah, and buy a fleshlight that's got like a dick and titties on it. It's super fun.
And put a cape on her. She's Miss Flappy.
So, like, when you
Wait, that-
experience something so joyful and so happy and so awesome in your life, and it's gone, like you don't have it anymore, it's not there, and you sit there and you struggle every day because you're like, I see a meme or you see something that makes you think of them, and you go and message them. I mean, you fucking know,
I should
like
call her.
you experience it, and I know you do.
Like,
Yeah,
sometimes,
basically.
like sometimes,
But like,
it's probably the more dramatic thing, but sometimes you do run out of weed, and that's
but it's
You know
just like
what the worst-
it's the funniest thing in the
Yeah,
world. Like, I'm
that's
gonna send
what
this to
I'm
him, and
talking
then
about.
you can't.
You know
You
what
can't
the worst?
do it anymore. It
You know
sucks.
what the worst part is? I remember watching a Gmod animation of a dude talking about on how life is miserable. He can't find happiness. He wants to die. And then like a knock on his door shows up, and it's Snoop Dogg holding up a bag of weed. And he just like pounces on him. Bro, where have you been? It's been 10 whole minutes. That's what I just thought of with Matt. Like he
Yeah,
doesn't
they
have
got it
weed
with the
for
bag
10
of
minutes,
weed.
and he's just like, I can't live with this.
Just a Nirvana starts playing, like,
You
okay, what's
made,
in me in the goddamn Nirvana?
you
I
made
don't know, man.
made
You've been on a
three-
tear.
you made, like, 2 or 3 whole references to Kurt Cobain's suicide while we were playing Worms yesterday.
You've
Like,
been
I
on
just-
a tear, dude.
And he
You-
shot somebody else, and I was like, look, it's a Kurt Cobain.
do you even listen to Nirvana a lot?
I don't know Nirvana.
He hates Nirvana.
It feels like the Metallica situation. Well, the Metallica situation for him has weight.
I don't hate Nirvana. I just don't like I don't like Metallica's music. It's just not my music. It's not what I like.
Man.
I'm not too crazy about.
But I actively did try. You all,
Yeah.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
did try. I listened to all of their shit.
Yes. Now back to the point. Jace, you and I need to break boundaries, the good kind of boundaries, so we can get out there and have fun.
Break boundaries, guys.
No, I'm content to my walls.
Shut up. I'm finishing. I'm not done yet. I'm also finishing
sorry.
on Matt. I'm also
He's
finishing on Matt.
Jace's ass.
I'm finishing on Matt.
This is the second time our Canadian friend is like, "Can I finish? Please, can I finish?" Okay, I'm finished.
Yeah, I'm finished.
But we also need to keep the boundaries we do have in mind for us with the situation, be it Ben, Matt, you, Jace, or Dalton, or me.
Yeah, just not Matt though.
Now then.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah, he already won the game.
Yeah.
Now then. I made my segue like literally 10 to 20 minutes ago. Can we get on it now? We apparently had to talk about boundaries just a little bit more.
Yeah, we had some boundaries to talk about.
Oh, and just because I missed it. There we go.
Yeah, you were doing it as a joke for like a good minute, and then suddenly out of nowhere you're like, oh.
Yeah, then all that got censored.
You're so
I brought it back. I'm trying. Yeah.
I just want to, for the record, Jace put me in such a freaking emotional outburst that I have to censor myself in editing now.
You do this like Yosemite Sam thing when you get mad, where you're like raggin', flaggin', jig out. You're like bouncing on your cowboy hat you bought just for the occasion, like.
Oh Lord!
No, what did I do?
What did I do?
I didn't do anything bad. I don't think. Did I?
Being a fucking man bitch and not wanting to strike out there.
I've striked out so many damn times. I'm already in the dugout again.
Once? With your own hand?
If I can't do it on the first go, it's not meant for me, man.
No, I haven't told y'all fucks about all the dates I've been on.
If at first you
I'll
don't
tell
succeed,
way
try
before,
again.
My brother in Christ.
before I met all y'all.
You could tell when he's been on a date because there would still be seconds back there, and by that I mean he ate the first half of it, just saving the other half.
Of the date?
Yes. There's just like a pair of legs and like some mustard still on it.
You're gonna eat that fat guy?
I think there's an arm back there, actually. Damn, Jace, have you been dating?
Why you gotta throw mustard in it? I hate mustard.
Really?
Because you ain't throwing yourself anywhere.
To not be eaten by Jace, make sure you eat a bunch of mustard.
Cover yourself in mustard. I'll stay about 10 paces away from you.
Anyway, so anime censorship is retarded.
It really is.
Like I said, this was Connor's thing. Enlighten us a bit, because I kind of only have like one thing I really know where that happened.
Plenty of things I can come up with, but I'll go with two more egregious versions, and then I guess we could talk about more like situations when something's like unbelievably gory or messed up, and the anime feels like for the sake.
That's what I'm saying. You're talking about where they censor the anime from the manga, right? Because the manga goes.
They censor it between Japan to America.
But the first example I'm going to go with.
Does it ever opposite it though? Do they ever like censor?
Yes, actually, there was one where they went to China, and they made all the blood white. And just like
Yeah, it was a little strange.
Go ahead, Connor.
This is super cummy.
Anyway, the first example I'll go with is the notorious 4Kids. They were a dubbing company. I can't remember exactly what they were, or the exact definition for them, but basically, it was in the name. 4Kids.
They were a localizer.
Localization. Thank you.
Yeah, there was Hui, Louie, Dewey, and El Cucuy.
Who the fuck is El Cucuy?
It's a Spanish fucking like cryptid.
It's the Boogie Monster.
It's fucking terrifying.
I'll look it up later. Anyway, so one of the big examples I'll start with is Yu-Gi-Oh! Because it turns out, if you were to watch the Japanese dub of the anime for Yu-Gi-Oh!, a lot of things change. For example, we all know the famous joke of, you're going to the Shadow Realm. Like, Give me a
Are you
moment.
getting broken into?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Someone's gonna break into this fucking thing.
It's an unsolved mystery. It's gonna happen.
I was waiting for it to like get broken in, and we're just gonna be like, "But guy, the boundaries. You gotta make sure the boundaries."
God damn it!
No,
You gotta yell
it sounded like it, but I think it's just my elephant foot neighbor going bonkers or some shit. I don't know. Anyway, so like I said, for Yu-Gi-Oh! Shadow Realm, oh, it's spooky. There's no Shadow Realm. It's just death. So anytime you hear someone saying you're going to the Shadow Realm, literally the translation would be, I'm going to frickin' kill you. You will no longer exist.
Yeah, it's called the Shadow Realm. That's like, I think of death. It's not like death is literally just a transition into the forever.
But I mean, that's a thing though. Like Shadow Realm does sound like pretty like scary to the point that it might as well be death. So why put it there? Because 4Kids thinks we can't have death. Which
That was
is dumb.
that was probably El Kukui over there fucking mouthing off.
Probably. There's a few other simple censorship stuff. Like I remember there's one about in the 4Kids dub, this girl says she has to use the restroom, and then literally the guy says in the 4Kids dub, in a few hours the sun will rise. Because the original dialogue is the girl saying, I have to pee, and the guy says, why don't you just pee over the side of the boat? Which she gets obviously mad at.
I mean, why not just pee outside of the boat? Like, what the fuck?
I
We're
still
on
remember.
we're on like a giant cruise ship, basically.
And it wasn't just the dialogue either. They had to censor some actual, some of the actual animation. Like
Yeah,
one of
because-
them, they had Pegasus henchmen go to Kaiba when he's on that island.
Oh,
They're pointing at him like
yes.
that. Well,
'Cause
in the original, they're holding guns.
Yes,
Well,
but
also-
they can't have it there because they're just going,
Also, Bandit Keith, whenever he was,
I
whenever
hate that one.
he
the
snuck up to
most.
frickin' Pegasus.
Sneak up on him. He jumped from the stage and went,
Well-
Pegasus, give me your money.
And all the same, he came up to him and pointed at his fucking head. There was a fucking Beretta 92 FS in his hand in the original dub, or in the
Nerd.
original sub
Animation.
yeah. And then they replaced it with his fucking hand.
No, it wouldn't even do it. It was literally him going,
Yeah.
I'm actually more impressed at the fact that you knew what pistol it was.
Dude, Ben's the
Nerd.
kind of guy who, when watching a fucking topless scene, looked at the computer behind it and was able to tell exactly what type of Dell it was.
oh,
Yeah,
wow,
because-
is that a Linux from the 90s?
I'm the kind of person that would see that and be like, those curtains do not match like that carpet right there. Jesus Christ.
No, but that's fine. You're
Meanwhile,
half
me-
gay.
Meanwhile, me, wow, I wish I could see those titties in real life.
Mm.
Ben's like, I want that computer though.
Makes you want to go see titties in real life.
It'd make for a
you-
nice
you
simulation system.
I
know,
still
it's
remember,
great.
like,
Yeah.
one of the other ones they had, 4-piece. I forget his name. Or One Piece.
Two number nines.
Well, I was going to talk about One Piece right after.
A large soda.
So-
Was it the
One-
lollipop?
One Piece is very infamous for that, for the 4Kids dub, because there's a character named Sanji. He always smokes a cigarette. Like 9 times out of 10, it's like his calling code for, I'm either trying to be cool or I'm being serious. But in the 4Kids dub, it's a lollipop. So I guess, I don't know. I guess to me, I just figured people just like to hold lollipops like, yeah. No, they don't.
I mean, I kind of, you know, just-
But at that point, I mean, like, you know,
At that
Dare
point,
had,
it's a roach for you, Matt.
it's just dumb for me because I feel like Dare had already like beat the sense of like don't do drugs into our head. That if I saw a cigarette, I just treat it like, oh, I guess I.
This is a small
care.
little tangent, but I never understood why they were called roaches until one time where I was staying, they had their ashtray in the sink, and I was like, oh, bro, there's still a joint in here, and it was an actual roach. So then I was like, that's what they call it. But it happened.
Now, one of the big ones for me about One Piece and shit, the one that like kills me, and I always reference it, is during one of the arcs, they're showing about a character's kind of like foster mom, this lady who's like trying her best to protect the two girls she's adopted, even though one of them like just was so mad at her. She's getting the crap being out of her. She has a bullet wound in her arm. It gets stomped on. But then the final culminating shot in the normal, everything is literally dude pulls out a gun, caps her right in the forehead. Just she's dead.
Is that the one
Gone.
that's been going around here recently?
I don't know, but anyway, what 4Kids did though was instead of the gun, it's him pointing at her, and he says, "How about a nice stay in the dungeon?" So in that version, she's in a dungeon captured. Here's the problem with continuity, though.
Yeah, she's dead and she's not dead.
Well, the point being,
Schrodinger's anime chick.
she's either dead or in the dungeon. But basically the point being, in the
I
normal,
get that joke.
in the uncensored, she's dead. You know, like they even have a scene of the girl, like, you know, giving her foster mom a proper burial, gravestone, all that stuff, right? But in the 4Kids dub, it's never addressed. There's not even the scene of her honoring her, like, mother being departed. So it makes it funny to me because it's basically they defeated the big bad, but they just decided not to rescue her from the dungeon. Which would be
Incidentally,
even worse.
in American media and Western media, women can never be seen being shot in the head. It happens all the time, like in movies where guys will be shot significantly all the time, and then women are never shot in the head.
It
Hey,
still happens
actually-
sometimes.
I
It's
do
rare.
I was about to say, I do know of a scene where that does actually happen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there
it's
are.
happened a few times, but you can probably count on one hand how many times it's happened compared to every dude who's just been shot in the head because, you know, people don't care about men.
Yeah, that's
It looks
how
half
women-
baked right now.
You want to know what I want to mention real quick? I'm proud of the fact that recently I've noticed Jace has picked up my little...
Yeah,
No, I mean when he wants to get attention or he wants his turn to speak. He... Yeah.
Teacher,
Anyway, now
leave
those
those
are the...
kids alone.
Now, I want to say there's ones for... Oh, there's of course also for Dragon Ball because there
There's
was
a
Dragon...
lot of Dragon Ball.
There's a
Yeah.
lot in Dragon
I
Ball.
mean, we'll talk
Yeah,
about
they
Dragon
took
Ball Z
blood
Kai
a lot
first.
as well when they would put
We're not
it
talking
on.
about Super yet. We're on Dragon Ball Z
I-
Kai. For one thing, they took Mr. Popo and turned him blue. The problem is though,
Great, I don't like
it
that.
looks
Kai
so
is terrible.
the
Kai is
problem is the blue looks so terribly edited. Ben could have done a better job.
Well, of course he did. He's really good at his job.
Yes. But for them,
These
it literally...
guys are multi-million-dollar companies, though. Ben's a dude at his house.
Yep.
He's like it's what it's called a shade tree editor.
I'm the guy that gets shit done for cheap, but nobody will fucking pay me for some reason.
Sound like
and
a
of
prostitute.
course, there are some things from Kai
Beer,
that I will
like-
say.
They take away the beer all the time.
Beer
Yeah.
is dumb. I mean, beer's just adults like beer. What are you gonna do? But there are some things I feel are just stupid. Like in the original Dragon Ball Z, Raccoon, one of the Ginyu Force, has a moment where he flips off Goku, which I mean, it's just there. He flips him off, but it's not there in Kai because we can't have that.
It's not even there in the in most Funimation dubs.
No, it's in there.
He usually does this in the most of the dubs.
No, the one I usually watch for the regular Funimation, he's straight up just
Well, there's like 4 different Funimation dubs, including
There
Kai. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
Ocean
Well,
Dub, all that
there's-
stuff. Yeah. But I
There's
know it's in
not
the
just
normal.
Funimation, but there's also Ocean Dub before
yeah,
Funimation.
But there's like several different Funimation
Yeah.
dubs. One of them was the one with Bruce Faulconer's music, and one had the original music. And then there was another one before Kai, then there was Kai.
I mean, it was in both of them for me.
I think they
Faulkner's
need to
music.
just stop and just universally have one goddamn
I-
version. Jesus
I
Christ.
agree. But I don't know if
Faulkner's
this,
music, best music.
I don't know if this was censored. I don't know if this was censored in Kai. I'd have to look it up. But I'm going to be devil's advocate for a moment and say, if it was censored, I wouldn't actually mind it. It's the scene between Videl fighting Spopovich. Because, oh my god.
They beat
I-
the
okay.
shit.
She got mollywopped
All right.
violently.
Connor, I'm gonna have to do a hard counter on this with you. So no, here's the reason. All right. So whenever the whole Bobbity thing was coming into play, you didn't know what the fuck the dude looked like. You just knew he was some fucking wizard and he had some henchmen, right? The reason behind Spopovich fucking manhandling Fidel, it conveyed the severity, the fucking animalistic tendencies of the people that were under his fucking control, that had those fucking power boosts and shit from him due to the big ass fucking Comic Sans fuck him that is drawn in everyone's fucking forehead. You know, if
Sorry,
you were to,
was Connor talking shit about the scene?
he
wasn't.
wanted it.
Shouldn't
He
happen?
wanted it censored. He wanted
No,
it
I
censored.
said
No,
if it
he's
was,
saying if
No,
it
he's
was,
saying that
he
it was
doesn't know
censored.
if it was censored.
He didn't know
I
Yeah,
said
that's
I
the-
don't know if it
Oh.
was or wasn't, but if it was, I wouldn't argue with it because
Honestly,
it's a pretty
if it-
harsh scene.
honestly, I would want it to be in its full intensity to showcase the real gravitas of the situation. You know,
To be fair, it could also be implied, especially if you're dumbing it for kids. You can imply it and not necessarily show it. They literally made it worse than most of my cousins to their wives.
that's a pretty high bar.
Now,
Yeah.
we're going to move on to Super. Now, we're going to move on to super quick. And talk about the most egregious censorship that I agree with that Matt has already mentioned. No blood. Just it ruins all tension for me. Like I remember when Goku Black stabs Vegeta, and I remember seeing the manga panel for it. Like there's just a big old chunk of just big old blood coming from that wound. And I'm thinking, holy crap, that's gnarly. But in the anime, it's literally just oh no.
All right. Dude, I was surprised in Shippuden whenever Yamato he does this tree fucking bending and it pops a guy. He pops and it was like watching Akira again. I was like, oh shit, oh my god.
Well, Shippuden didn't really care much about censorship last time.
But see, the thing I know about that was censored in Naruto was Rock Lee with his drunken fist.
Yes.
Yep. I'm not sure about the Japanese dub, version.
Japanese dub,
in the English dub, it's like he's drinking an elixir. It's medicine. It's not alcohol at all.
But no, I think in the Japanese dub, I think it just remains as Lee accidentally drank some alcohol and just.
I was so happy. I squealed like a chick when he showed up. Like, you fell for it. Like,
it is so fun.
I think with regards to Dragon Ball Super and the fact that there's no blood, they did with Super what they did with Kai, because they were trying to reel people in with Kai in that it was more accurate to the manga instead of just being its own thing that was
I thought the whole thing was just like a Cliff Notes version of.
That's what I thought. I thought it was more streamlined.
No. What
it is, but it's also terribly done.
It's terribly done. But the thing is, they were trying to put only the stuff that was mentioned in the manga, which took out a lot of the filler arcs and shit. Kind of like whenever Krillin was trying to hook up with the girl that would eventually have his daughter's name, or his daughter would be named after.
Marin.
Yeah, Marin.
I heard that they also cut the couple episodes where. Well,
Yeah,
not with
they
Emperor
left
Pilaf.
the garlic one.
Well, no. I was talking about the where Piccolo and Goku had to learn how to drive.
Why did they keep that in? It's dumb filler, but it's fun filler.
The thing is,
literally just for animes for the most part, man. I read the Boruto manga, and that shit is fire from start to finish.
Filler arcs are nothing more than.
I know exactly what they are. Please don't mansplain a filler arc to me.
It's for Connor because
he watches more anime than you. He knows what a filler arc is. It's a breath of fresh air in between.
It's literally in the name.
It's a quality of life thing. It's just a quality of life thing. It's just like, hey, these are what they do on the outside of this.
Connor, don't do that again.
Connor do that every time just to piss off Chase.
No, that's terrifying.
But no, okay. So the whole thing I was gonna fucking bring up before y'all got me off track.
Just explain.
Hold up.
Explain it.
Okay.
Bensplain, that's pretty good.
Bensplain it? Okay, we're gonna be here for another 3 goddamn hours. I'll bensplain the fuck out of it.
No, we're not. Stick the musical. Let's go.
So no, with DBZ Kai, they basically redrew everything and they took out all the fucking blood. If there is a single fucking drop of blood in the entirety of that series, I will shit myself. I will literally shit myself.
It's Dragon Ball Z with a new coat of paint.
But that's what I hate.
Well, that's the thing. They took that and made it more kid-friendly, more accessible. They took that premise and used it for Super. Damn everything else.
I don't know. Have you seen some of the jank animations on Superman?
No,
well, that's because they were trying to get shit out, pump it out like a motherfucker.
They were also suffering a lot of cutbacks.
Yeah, cutbacks, low manning issues, and the like, and there was fucking manga being written in tandem with the anime, and they were trying to keep it one for one. You can't really do that if one person's writing panels and the other person's writing whole ass animations, you know?
I mean,
Now then.
Usually they work together in the studio.
Usually they do, but they were overlapping way too fucking much, and that's where the bad animation on the first season started.
I'm gonna put this in podcast talks because this is my favorite still from Super. Is it loaded?
Is this Super Saiyan 3?
No, this is my favorite still from Super.
Yeah, there were so many budget cuts with Dragon Ball Super. It was outrageous because
That still makes me laugh every time I see it.
Now then, the bigger part of it I want to mention, or half of it, when it talks about when the manga goes a lot more hardcore than, say, the anime. The one I've got an example for is for Yu Yu Hakusho, because there's a demon you meet who has an importance with one of the characters. I won't say too much just in case Matt watches it. But the point of it being, one scene in general, it's the demon talking about her backstory, and all you get from the anime is she was a slave, she broke free. And she got disfigured at one point. Nobody knows why. The reason? Because in the manga, the demon was literally sold off to humans, demons, violently raped, and one day grabbed a tub of acid to pour it on herself to try and make herself look unattractive so no one would do it. Instead, she just kept getting beat for it.
Hardcore, man.
Which is very hardcore. Now, that is something I can't say, okay, if they omit it from the anime, I can understand why. Because it's very depressing.
That's see, but even then, like with Hunter x Hunter, you know, you think it's a super cute show, which it is, but then you get parts where like there's fucking a koala man just like one of the bugs finds a gun and just shoots like an 8-year-old girl in the fucking head and like eat baby brains. Like it gets very
Which is insane considering that for the most part, Hunter x Hunter was just like, yeah, let it fly.
I love Hunter x Hunter. I love it so much.
It's good, yeah.
I still need to watch that show.
I love
It's
it.
good, but
I love it.
if you guys can think of any other situations where the manga goes bonkers compared to the anime, please feel free to.
I don't, like I said, only manga I've ever read was Boruto, and that was fucking great. The show, I actually enjoyed the filler during the show, but like I read a little bit of some Hunter x Hunter as well. I read a little bit of Naruto. I don't read, so. But I did notice in the manga of Naruto, they call it doppelganger jutsu, and in the show they call it shadow clone, which I think sounds a lot better. Doppelganger jutsu, like.
Now, I can't think of another one, but I would say this isn't entirely too censored. It's for Goblin Slayer. So we all know about the famous first episode where adventurers die. One of them is getting mounted.
Yeah, goblins are a lot rapier than I thought.
She got the Griffith treatment.
I think the Griffith treatment was a lot worse, but my point being, it
Bill
turns out
Cosby
in
treatment?
the manga. Shut up. It turns out in the manga, the Goblin Slayer thing begins a little bit earlier, with like the adventurers being more fleshed out, like talking about their likes, their personalities, what they want at adventuring and stuff. So then when the whole scene happens,
okay,
it hits way harder because then you just see these kids.
I get it. It gives you this false hope of like, oh, cool. I'm rooting for them, and then they get murdered and raped.
I don't know. It's only one of them that gets the good old Kurt Cobain
I know.
But I mean, I don't know if it's any more visible in the manga because I know there's definitely like you literally see one behind her grabbing her. You see her eyes like go dilate or not dilate but shrink, and you see the goblin making like the Jim Carrey Grinch face, basically.
I was gonna say there's a couple that I know of that were censored and everything. Like one of them.
What happened?
The Grinch face. The Jim Carrey. Do it again.
I can't.
Do it again.
You do it.
Okay, you have to go back and watch it.
Can't.
You have to go back and watch it. Did the Jim Carrey Grinch face?
But the two that I know that
can't do it.
I'm trying to do it reverse.
I know.
That's why I'm trying to continue so that way he could get it off his mind so he could do it again naturally. One of them that I know of was it Stardust Crusaders, a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Oh yeah.
They have a guy's. They have I forget his name. He's one of the gambling guys, and he's smoking a cigarette. and he offers Jotaro a cigarette. But whenever the animation, and a lot of animation does it, they put like a black shadow across the cigarette and everything, so you can't see what it is. It's obvious what it is.
Oh, I know the reason why. I think it's because, like, for that scene, technically Jotaro's like 15 or 16, and technically
He's 17, but even then,
I've seen that happen in some JoJo though. There'll be black stuff over like the gore and stuff, and like, why you didn't show it in the last episode?
Then I can't. The thing is, though, I do know, and like I think, like if you get like the DVDs or whatever, you can have the uncensored versions. Like for part 4, I don't think you're at. No, you passed part 4, right?
No, I've seen season 1 and 2. That's
okay. Then try to hope you get the uncensored.
I think I started 3. I remember a dude getting stuck up in a train and still being able to use a stand, all busted in a train.
That's part 5. I'm pretty sure you are.
There's like 4 seasons and each has like 2 parts, so shut the fuck up.
And they're all labeled so fucking weird and stupid.
Anyway, one of the other ones I know, and it's gotten a lot of traction here recently, was the whole localizers bit. And the most infamous one was Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid.
Oh yeah, we talked about this yesterday a bit.
Yeah, we talked about it the other day. Lukua, who is a very busty drag girl who is a dragon, and her humanoid form is very busty, short shorts. What?
No, I'm just making motions at the camera. I'm not talking about you. Because like you said, busty dragon, I started going, and I went, oh. No, I would never.
Busty dragon, suddenly donkey, like.
But Lukua shows up one day to Kobayashi's apartment, and Toru is there. And the original, the subtitles go, "What's with that outfit?" And Lukua is like, "Everyone was saying something to me, so I tried toning down the exposure. How is it?" And Toru's response was, "You try changing your body next." Now, that was the original conversation. The one that they did at Funimation was, Toru, what are you wearing that for? Lukua, oh, those pesky patriarchal society demands were getting on my nerves, so I changed clothes. Toru, give it a week, they'll be begging you to change back. There was no mention of the patriarchy in the original dub, and I forget her name, the localizer that did it. She was all gung-ho about this line, and originally she was saying, I didn't have a say in this is coming from higher up. And then later on she got caught in her own lie where she admitted, yes, I changed the line. And she admitted that like 90% of the localizers don't even speak Japanese or even read what the original stuff is. That they say that, oh, well, we're just changing this to fit our narrative now. And I'm just like, and another one, I forget the anime, but this guy, hold on.
We're all women now.
You could say it's a Kobayashi Maru.
Shut up.
Okay.
Yeah, but you know what? He still got that shit by cheating, so.
There's a guy who is screaming like some event or something, and this is what he says in the dub. I can't remember what he says in the original lines. He goes, "Hey, bitches, bros, and non-binary hoes."
Well, yeah, they have, dude. That
I figured a lot of people started saying that now.
That wasn't like in the original.
That shit has, like, you have to. It's like contractually, or everyone's getting canned. You got to mention non-binary. Like every commercial has a mixed race couple. Like, you can't not have something represented where you're canned.
No, you have to have a person of color in every commercial. Unless, of course, you don't have to have a white person in your commercial.
Nope.
Which is a double standard.
Again, though, so anyone got any other things?
Okay, here was the original line for you. He goes, "All you fools who love skateboarding." And then he goes, in the American version, "Hey, bitches, bros, and non-binary hoes." And my complaint is. Oh, no, there's another one I know. Where it was the the series I Turned My Best Friend Into a Girl, and it was a guy who was basically convinced his buddy to do cross-dressing.
What?
And he,
It's in the title. It's like Cowboys and Aliens or Snakes on a Plane. Get with the program.
anyway, what happened was the guy goes along with it, and he dresses up, and he's, dresses up, and he becomes basically a femboy and everything. Looks like a woman and everything. Well, the problem is the American version instead of making it into basically a yaoi thing, the American version was a whole there was a whole trans story, and the original author and the original creators got onto the American version, or the studio who was in charge of the American version. They're like, you are reprinting this and you are putting it the way we made it, or you're getting fined, and we're taking you to fucking court about this.
There's something funny. Sorry, there's something funny about the idea that Japan sits there and it says, "Oh, it's fine if we can have boys cross-dress as girls or girls cross-dress as boys, but trans?
Changing this? No, it's not that. It's because they're
changing the
forcing
story.
It's an agenda.
Story.
They're changing the story for their agenda.
That's the whole thing, Connor.
It's going to keep happening too. But is there anything else? Because I really got to pee. Let's wrap this up. Oh my god.
Do you have any
I got
bitch guys
nothing else.
complaints?
Is that about it?
I think that's about everything.
It's like 8 something too. So.
All right. Well,
it's 9 for
yeah.
Dalton.
Oh yeah, it's 9 for him.
I
Well,
don't know anymore.
on that fucking note, let's wrap this bitch up.
All right.
All right. If you got any questions, comments, concerns, bitches, gripes, or complaints, or you would like to buy some prospective merch from us, then hit us up at momentummorons@gmail.com. On the offhand chance that you want to support this podcast, 1, what the fuck is wrong with you? 2, thank you very much. And 3, you got not 1, not 2, but 3 ways of supporting us. 1 is through the tried and true that we've had since episode 2. https://podcast.spotify.com/pod/show/memento-moron/support. However, if you want to go through something else other than Spotify, then you can hit us up on our Ko-Fi or Patreon, which we are at both at Momentum Morons. If you want some analog art pieces that are the piece of resistance from a Speak of All Trades and Master of Juan, then hit up my boy with the double-bladed lightsaber over here, Matthew Lee Buendia, on his Instagram, Nosferatu. That's Nos the energy drink. Fur isn't fur, and a dude isn't a fucking dude. We're also on Twitter at Momentum Morons. We're on Instagram at Momentum Morons. We're on Facebook at Momentum Morons. We're pretty much anywhere at Momentum Morons. And we are also on Twitch at Momentum Morons every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and sometimes Saturday, where we are just fucking bullshitting, saying some horrible fucking shit that's almost cancelable, but not.
I don't know. What I've been saying about Nirvana should probably be cancelable.
Yep.
Oh, what? Too soon? Shut the fuck up. Own your shit.
Not what I mean.
I keep saying the jokes, but whatever.
If you want to fucking tune in to us on Twitch, then we are on Twitch every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, sometimes Saturday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, unless Dalton decides to start an hour early.
Why are you so angry at that? We were doing nothing.
True.
True.
We weren't doing anything.
Fair enough. Also, shout out to the Odd Fun guys. Shout out to motherfucking Team Dick.
Yeah.
Shout out to Horror's Funny.
Horror's funny.
God damn it, Connor.
Hashtag cancel Connor.
Hashtag cancel Connor.
Speaking of Kurt Cobain, did you know Courtney Love's actual full name for her band Hole was Hole in My Husband's Head that I put there myself?
Yes, I love it.
The unsolved mystery of Kurt Cobain's murder.
I was thinking of that the whole time as soon as you made that joke, and I put it together.
Fun non-fact, Courtney Love was a co-writer for 9 Inch Nails' Head Like a Hole.
Fun fact, there's a queefing queen on YouTube you can look up.
Fuck you, god damn it.
She
Without
sounds like
further
Mush
ado-
with beatboxing.
Without further ado, I shall bid thee adieu.
Adieu.
Say that again.
Like
Mushmouth.
Mushmouth beatboxing.
Mushmouth.
I legitimately was trying to look up
her name and who she is to see if we can get her on the podcast.
Do it. Fuck
I'm
yes.
actively trying to find it.
Well, love you guys, but I gotta pee and go watch a movie with the wifey. Bye.
Later,
Bye.
Love.